I give up. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like women. Pussy is great. Yo, have you tried that shit? It's so good. It is good. It is good. Hi, I'm Cherisse Berkeley, also known as Cherisse's Pieces. A lot of people think my last name is Berkeley, but it's actually Berkeley. So I first realized that I was queer when I was around 11. I was in Form 1 of an all-girls school. Later on in life, I realized rather that like I was into women from when I was a child. I would see like people on the street and I'd be like, wow, she's really pretty. I just want to be like her friend forever. And it never occurred to me, hey, gay. But now I realize, oh shit, yeah, it's been there from the get-go. Let's move into me coming out to my parents. I also feel like if I was robbed of that, because it's not the ideal way that I wanted to come out. I wanted the whole works. Move out the house, have your own place, buy a car, blah, blah, blah. Invite them over for dinner, sit them down in your own house and be like, so I'm gay. This is dinner. Instead, it didn't work that way. Scared as hell, 17 years old, having to come out in the morning before you go to school. It's not how you should do it. It's not comfortable. I went to Form 6 and I was just very out. I had a lot of older friends who were in UE at the time, and they were all real cool with me being out and just being myself. Then I started lying with a lot more people. I thought I could trust somebody, and he raped me because he said he wanted to make me straight. I started fucking a guy who also raped me, and that was just traumatic. I don't know how I handle it. Like I just live every day for the end of that day. And yeah, that's actually it, in all honesty. I just live every day to reach the end of every day. And that in itself is a success. People say that waking up is a success, and to be perfectly honest, waking up is the worst part of my day. I'm so proud at the end of a day. I'm like, yeah, I made it through. Another one of these fuckers, yeah, I did it. It was difficult for my parents because coming out to them was not anything of an ideal. Like, just them finding out about that guy raping me was not like the way it should have gone. Like, yo, they found out in the hospital because I was sick, and the doctors told them, and I was just like so traumatized, one, from being sick, from being raped, and my parents finding out all in one go. And I was like, okay, I can't tell them now about this gay thing, so I literally just have to wait until I have no other choice. It was 2 days or something before the first time I had to go to court. And I was like, oh fuck, this is definitely going to come out in court. This is definitely going to come out in court. What do I do? What do I do? So I wrote them a letter. They read it, and my mom started to cry. My dad, his reaction was just different. He got super emotional. Like, he was just upset on so many different levels. Angry, sad, like distraught. And my mom tried to take me to a healing mass. We got there just as the mass ended, ironically, which was kind of fun. We went to court. Okay, so this guy, the first guy that raped me, he was a friend, and it was UE Campus Carnival. So I went to change my clothes, and he came with me as security and company. Turned out to be quite the opposite, right? It was just so, I don't know, shocking for everybody, because he never displayed any kind of characteristics of being a super creep. His dad is well known. He was always nice to people. And after that happened, I thankfully didn't have to see him for a long time up until that day in court, and I couldn't make it. Like, I saw him and I was just scared shitless, to the point that my therapist or psychiatrist at the time wrote to the magistrate and asked for me to be exempt from court because it was just too stressful. I was taking so much time off from school because it was like every 2 weeks you have to be there. So I didn't have to interact with him. I heard that he went to jail for a little bit or something like that. But none of that was ever confirmed to me. I saw him in the mall once in 2010. And I didn't expect it to shake me that way. But I immediately called my dad and I was like, come for me now. So he came for me. I went home and, like, you know, they were like, okay, don't worry, you're home now, whatever. And I didn't see him for many, many, many years until earlier this year. So this all happened on midnight between the 13th and the 14th of, like, Valentine's Day, the day before. So since then, Valentine's been fucking ruined. So I cry really hard if I'm seeing someone that I reschedule Valentine's to accommodate for my shitty feelings on that day. This year, the day that we fucking rescheduled, we were going to the beach, and lo and behold, who will bunks up? Homeboy and his 2 kids and wife. And so happens that I stopped the car to let him cross, not realizing that it was him. And in that moment, like, he was like, and we both had this moment where it occurred to us at the same time who the other person was. And that was just creepy. Because it's like, this guy's face seems familiar. Who is he? Oh. And I saw him have the same expression on his face. Right after that, I end up rear-ending someone in the car, like in the next car. And that was by itself a little bit of a scenes. Woke up one morning and shaved my head. I don't know how or why. I was just stressed, depressed, and I just said, fuck this. Woke up and I just like, yeah. And it was bald. Cutting my hair is a turning point in life, or like a new beginning. Yeah. It's indescribable. Like, I did it. I didn't really feel remorseful about it. I knew it was, like, shocking. My parents did not handle that well at all. But it just allowed me to start afresh and be who, and mold myself or mold my image to what I needed it or wanted it to be, that's most reflective of me. Like, I did think after a little bit that life was supposed to be just up after cutting my hair, and everything is just going to be hunky-dory after. And like I said before, yeah, I was raped twice. But that comes a third time. And that was just creepy, because I was in a club or something. I wouldn't even call it a club, it's like a weekly party. And I never even saw this motherfucker in my whole life. And I can't even, like, tell him from Adam or Eve. Like, so I don't know if it was that much of the new beginning that I expected it to be. But it was definitely a new journey. And I don't know if all of those experiences, or at least my assaults in a sexual nature, have been like some kind of, I don't know, higher purpose for me in life in terms of advocacy and stuff like that. But one thing at a time.